Imagine someone placed an ancient book in front of you. They tell you that for more than 600 years, nobody has been able to read a single sentence. Not historians, not linguists, not even the world's greatest codebreakers. Generations have tried to unlock its secrets. Every one of them has failed. So, what if the greatest mystery wasn't what the book says, but why it was written in a way that almost refuses to be understood? There are many ancient books. Some preserve forgotten history. Others contain myths, scientific discoveries, or religious beliefs. Given enough time, almost all of them can eventually be translated. The Voynich Manuscript is different. For centuries, it has remained completely silent. Its pages contain hundreds of strange illustrations and thousands of carefully written characters. The handwriting is neat, consistent, and deliberate. Whoever wrote it wasn't making random marks. They were writing a language, or at least something that behaves like one. Patterns repeat. Words appear again and again. Entire paragraphs flow across the parchment exactly as though they were telling a story. Yet no one has ever proved what a single sentence means. Imagine opening a book, knowing every page contains information, but being completely unable to understand any of it. That is the mystery scholars have faced for centuries, and somehow the closer they looked, the stranger the manuscript became. Carbon dating has given us our first real clue. The parchment dates to the early 15th century, around 600 years ago. That tells us when the animal skins were prepared, but not when the writing was added, or by whom, or why. The manuscript passed through the hands of emperors, scholars, collectors, and historians. Each believed they might finally solve its secret. None of them could. Even its modern name reveals almost nothing. It wasn't named after its author, but after Wilfrid Voynich, the rare book dealer who rediscovered it in 1912. The mystery had already existed for centuries before he ever turned its pages, and once the manuscript reached the wider world, its reputation only grew, because hidden inside was something nobody expected. If the writing couldn't be understood, perhaps the illustrations would reveal its purpose. Instead, they raised even more questions. First pages appeared almost familiar at first glance. They look like botanical drawings, leaves, roots, and flowers, medicinal herbs perhaps, the sort of illustrations you might expect in a medieval medical text. But the longer you look, the less familiar they become. Some plants combine features from several different species. Others resemble nothing found anywhere on Earth. Modern botanists have spent decades trying to identify them. Some believe the drawings are inaccurate. Others think they represent extinct or forgotten plants. A few suggest they were never intended to depict real plants at all. If that's true, why illustrate them so carefully? Turn another page and the mystery changes again. Now the manuscript is filled with circles, stars, constellations, diagrams that appear almost astronomical. Some resemble medieval ideas about the heavens. Others seem unlike anything recorded from that period. Were they maps of the sky, or astrological charts, or maybe something else entirely? No one knows. Then the manuscript becomes stranger still. Across several pages appear dozens of tiny human figures. Many are women. Some stand inside green pools connected by elaborate networks of pipes and channels. Others hold stars. Some seem to emerge from strange organic shapes. The illustrations feel deliberate, but deliberate for what? Medicine? Alchemy? Maybe religion? Or something we've completely misunderstood? Every page feels as though it's trying to explain something important, yet without understanding the text, the image refuses to give up their secrets. It's as though the manuscript offers clues, while hiding the answers in plain sight, which raises perhaps the biggest question so far. If the illustrations couldn't explain the book, what exactly was hidden inside the writing? For more than 6 centuries, the Voynich Manuscript has challenged everyone who has tried to understand it. Kings have owned it, scholars studied it, historians examined it. Each believed they might finally unlock its secrets. None succeeded. As the centuries passed, the mystery attracted even greater minds. Linguists searched for familiar grammar hidden within the strange symbols. Cryptographers studied repeated patterns. Some believed the writing concealed an elaborate cipher. Others thought it represented a forgotten language. Both ideas seemed possible. Neither could ever be proven. Then, technology changed everything. Computers could analyze thousands of words in minutes. Patterns invisible to the human eye suddenly became visible. Surely, if the manuscript contained a hidden code, modern computers would reveal it. Instead, they discovered something even stranger. The writing behaves remarkably like a real language. Certain words appear more often than others. Some symbols almost always appear together. There are even rules governing where particular characters appear within a line. Random nonsense shouldn't behave this way. Yet despite all these patterns, no one has translated a single paragraph with certainty. Then came another breakthrough: artificial intelligence. Researchers hoped AI might finally succeed where centuries of scholars have failed. It searched for hidden structures, compared unknown words, and tested countless possibilities. Once again, patterns emerged, but no translation. Even today, no computer, no codebreaker, and no artificial intelligence can confidently explain what the manuscript says. Think about that. We live in an age where computers can translate ancient languages, identify distant galaxies, and solve problems once thought impossible. Yet this single book still refuses to reveal its meaning. And perhaps that tells us something important. Maybe we've been trying to solve the wrong mystery all along. When a mystery survives for more than 600 years, people naturally search for explanations. Some believe the Voynich Manuscript is a forgotten scientific text, perhaps written by a physician recording medicines now lost to history. That might explain the strange botanical illustrations. But if these were medicinal plants, why can so few be identified? Others believe it's an alchemical manuscript. During the Middle Ages, alchemy blended science, philosophy, and symbolism. Knowledge was often hidden behind coded language. Could the strange diagrams, the mysterious women, and the impossible plants be symbolic instructions rather than literal illustrations? It's certainly possible, but once again, there is no proof. Then there is perhaps the most unsettling theory. What if the manuscript was never intended for ordinary readers? Some researchers believe it was written for a secret society, a small group who already understood its hidden meaning. If so, the strange writing wouldn't need to explain itself. The readers already possessed the key. Others take an even darker view. Perhaps the manuscript contains occult knowledge, forbidden rituals, ancient beliefs concealed beneath an unreadable language. There is little evidence for this idea, yet it remains one of the reasons the manuscript continues to capture people's imagination. because people fear mysteries they cannot explain. Then comes the theory that disappoints many people. Perhaps the entire manuscript is a hoax, an elaborate fraud created to deceive wealthy collectors. It's an interesting idea, but it has one major problem. Creating hundreds of pages of consistent writing, following recognizable linguistic patterns, while inventing detailed illustrations, would have required an astonishing amount of work. For what purpose? To fool a handful of collectors? Maybe. But many researchers believe that explanation creates almost as many questions as it answers. And after examining every theory, one uncomfortable truth still remains. None of them fully explains the manuscript. Perhaps that's why the Voynich Manuscript continues to fascinate us, not because it's the oldest book, not because it's the rarest, because it refuses to fit neatly into any explanation. Every generation believes it possesses better tools than the last, better science, better technology, better understanding. Yet every generation reaches the same point. The manuscript remains silent. Its pages wait patiently, covered in symbols that appear meaningful, yet reveal nothing. The illustrations continue inviting us to look closer. The plants, the stars, the strange human figures. Each promises understanding, yet every answer slips just beyond our reach. Maybe one day, someone will finally discover the key, a forgotten document, an overlooked clue, a connection nobody has noticed before. Or perhaps, centuries from now, another generation will still be asking exactly the same questions we ask today. Imagine opening that ancient book once more, running your fingers across pages that have survived 6 centuries, knowing that countless historians, scholars, cryptographers, and scientists have stood exactly where you now stand. Every one of them believed they might finally understand it. Every one of them closed the book, still searching for answers. So what really is the Voynich Manuscript? A forgotten language? A masterpiece of encryption? An elaborate hoax? Or something else entirely? Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't hidden inside its pages. Perhaps it's why someone went to such extraordinary lengths to make sure those pages could never truly be understood, and somewhere, locked safely behind glass, the manuscript still waits, silent, patient, keeping its secrets for whoever dares to try next. Let us know your theories in the comments. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious.